logo. So you can see in grab link I'm using this whole logo, so this whole logo should match with it. So look, project name. So for example, if this MCP Twitter item is there, so here you must be using app name, right? So right now there is no app name, so let me go to the footer. So you can see right now it is just a grappling clone, and that's why it is showing grappling. So whatever app name is there, like with spaces or without spaces or with camel case item. So whatever name is there in the application, it should match with this particular app name. That is your first thing to do. Then support email will again be your support email. Now it is interesting. So you can see if you go to OAuth screen, we will get all the details of what exactly do we need to fill. So let it load. So you can see first of all we have to give a brand name. So the app name should match with your project name. So for example, if this MCP Twitter item is there, so here you must be using app name, right? So right now there is no app name, so let me go to the footer. So you can see right now it is just a grappling clone, and that's why it is showing grappling. So whatever app name is there, like with spaces or without spaces or with camel case item. So whatever name is there in the application, it should match with this particular app name. That is your first thing to do. Then support email will again be your support email. Then you have to upload logo, and the logo again should match with the logo. So you can see in grab link I'm using this whole logo, so this whole logo should match with it. So the logo should be done. Now the home page, again right now it is universal, but when I will be deploying it, it will have its own particular domain that we can give. And then the important parts come, that is privacy policy and terms of service. So this is your make or break for your project. So whether Google approves your project or not, so that particularly depends on privacy policy and terms of service. So what exactly privacy and terms? So in the main application, the link of privacy policy and terms of service should be there. If it is not linked, if it is not shown in the main page, then Google will reject it. So it had happened to me. So these two items will be required. Now, once you have this, so what exactly to give in terms of service, what exactly to give in privacy policy. So again, it is for the grablink.xyz. So we have to change for MCP Twitter. If you want to post, like upload for the OAuth verification, then we have to change everything. So you can see terms of acceptance, description of service. Again, it was like generated with the help of AI. I have not coded, like I have not written everything. So I have taken reference from already existing platforms like Postpage and other platforms which are doing similar things, and I've taken reference to exactly what they are using, what terms of service, what privacy policy they are written. I've taken reference from them, then I've modified according to my own words, then I've asked AI to write it in professional and legal terms. So you can say it is completely according to my plan, and you can see what are the free plan, monthly plan, yearly plan, Google OAuth is there, Polar use plans, like whatever third party service integration is there, you have to mention that who is going to get that particular email, that automation rights, whether they want to delete item or not, whether you are GDPR compliant or not. So these are all the things which are required in terms of service and privacy policy, which you need to give, otherwise your app will be rejected for Google OAuth verification. And if Google OAuth verification is not there, then you cannot do Google sign up, right? So for that you need Google OAuth verification. So again, IPR rights, limitation liability. So you can just copy this format and you can copy paste it. There is no problem, because this is the another format which is like approved, like grabbling is approved, and then again map your ideas is again approved. So this is my first SaaS which I have launched. So you can see if I go to the footer, privacy policy and terms of service, again it has different privacy policy, and you can see a lot of things are similar, and it is smaller because it uses very less Google information, and you have to give also the scope, like the email address I need, profile name, profile picture. You also give the scope directly here also, but here also you should mention what exactly are you taking off. So these two are my terms of service and Google privacy policy. So this was my first SaaS, so that's why the legal terms was less. But in GrabLink, I'm like integrating a lot of things, so that's why I've given that particular reference. So it completely depends on you. Now you're given the homepage, privacy policy, terms of links, then again the authorized domains who are going to authorize this particular Google was. So what happens is that right now, for example, if I give this, so this particular application can only authorize it. So if I give localhost 3000, then localhost 3000 can also refer it. So that doesn't matter much, but this is very important, like what are the authorized domains. So then again for audience, you have to give like, you have to go from testing. If you are testing it, you can do the publish app and you can see for external what exactly to do. So right now, if it is not verified, only 100 user cap is there. After 100, I cannot add more users. So for that, I need the verification. So you can see the audience, then the clients, like whatever clients you have created, like mobile, Android, desktop application, web client, and things like that. Then the data access you get. So you can see what are the scopes you can add. So for example, I only need that user email, user profile, and I don't need the open ID, so I don't need that, so I won't copy that. But if you need, you can copy and you can see what exactly do you need. So there are a lot of things which you need, and you can also manually add the scopes if you see it is not linked here. So that is your to do after data access, after everything, like after getting all the scopes, then you have to go to verification center. Now after filling all that form, your status will shown here. Like if someone has rejected your application, they will email you with the reason. You can watch, you can fix it, and then you can reply to that email, so you can track the status. So this was all about Google OAuth skin, and I don't think so any more thing are required for you to know to get the hands on, and you can just copy my terms of policy and privacy.
Today I'm going to teach you how to use Claude AI to automatically edit your videos inside of Premiere Pro, completely jump-free. And then make sure to stick to the end of this video because we're also going to give away a bunch of free editing presets. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it. So we have this AI plugin that we made for Premiere Pro. It uses Claude AI.
Claude Opus 5 has dropped. It has happened. It has totally blown my mind. It is better than Claude Fable 5. It is a fraction of the price. It is significantly faster, but it has 3 insane weaknesses I'm about to go over that change absolutely everything. But before we get into those 3 deal breakers with Claude Opus 5, let's talk about the incredible things that are like legitimately revolutionary. First of all, it beats Fable 5 on almost every single benchmark. This is not one of those channels where we look at charts and benchmarks all day. Totally boring. No, I'm just letting you know right now, it beats Fable 5 on every benchmark. In a second, I'm going to take you through a world-famous new revolutionary benchmark I've been working on for weeks now that proves it's better than Fable 5 in almost every single way. It is half the price, so this was the biggest issue with Fable 5. It was totally uneconomical for the average user, but Opus 5, it's half the price, it comes in at a good price, and you get your full limitations with your Claude plan, meaning you can use it to 100%. Claude Fable 5, for some reason, they only let you use half your limitations, which is really stupid and annoying. It's significantly faster, it works lightning quick, much better than Fable, which brings us to the question, and I'll show you my benchmarks in 1 second here. Any reason to use Fable 5 anymore? No, with one small exception, which I'll go through right after these benchmarks I'm about to show you. But no, there isn't a reason. And then as I said, there's 3 major weaknesses, which we'll go over as well. Let's go into these world-famous Fin benchmarks I just created to show you why this is better than Fable 5. All right, so this is the new famous Fin benchmark. There are 5 tests here. We put both Fable 5 and Opus 5 through. In a second, I'm going to show you Opus 5 versus GPT 5.6 so we can know which one of those two is better. And Opus 5 won basically all of the benchmarks. So starting with benchmark number 1, this was a 3D roller coaster simulator. Both had to build a 3D roller coaster simulator. Let's show you Opus 5 first. This was Opus 5, an absolutely beautiful simulation. It built the entire track, all the trees, the building around, the sky, the clouds. And if I hit ride, you can actually see the roller coaster in real time. You can see from the user's perspective going around the roller coaster. This is really, really nice, detailed, beautiful. It was done lightning quick. As you can also see, it was done with 82 cents of credits and about 32,000 tokens. We go over to Fable 5. It was actually done with less tokens, but was significantly more expensive, about 50% more expensive. Let's see the output of it. And as you can see, it's just not quite as beautiful, not quite as detailed or clear. It looks like just kind of like a generation behind. If we go on the ride, you can see the track doesn't look quite right. The trees all kind of look similar. There was no real detail to anything, so it doesn't look nearly as good. The next test is a pixel perfect test where it has to clone an entire website. It has to clone the Apple website. If we go to the actual Apple website, this is what it was tasked with cloning. You can see college sorted, has a bunch of people holding Apple devices, iPhones, MacBook Airs, MacBook Pros, Ultra Opus 5's recreation. Obviously, it doesn't look incredible, but I'll show you Fable in a second.